What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Leeds United Career Mode. This is episode number 4, and coming off the back of a 4-1 victory over Cardiff City away from home, and Joe Rodon scoring the first hat-trick within this new series. Yet Joe Rodon, the Welsh centre-back, going ahead and scoring our first hat-trick, coming back to Elland Road for the first game of today's episode, taking on Coventry City. Wouldn't get off to the start that we wanted to. Coventry would go ahead and make it 1-0 earlier on into the game, and this game was quite similar to a lot of the games we've played this season already. Of course, we're still in sort of the first part of the season, the first couple of months, so the team is still growing, everyone's finding their form still. As the season kicks on, we're bound to be picking up better results, but again, this game was quite similar to a lot of the ones we played already. We just couldn't take our chances, but Coventry could. 22 minutes in, Coventry go ahead and make it 2-0, and I was thinking, on that touchline, I was furious. Yeah, absolutely furious. The team I put out was strong enough to beat Coventry. Now again, Coventry in this game, they're sort of a playoff contending team, looking for promotion but not quite getting there automatically, so they're going to look through promotion through the playoffs. But in the second half, at half time, I sat the lads down. I was like, right, if we want to win a league title, if we want to go to the Premier League, we have got to be beating or at least getting points against these teams. We're not going to get automatic promotion if we're not getting at least a point in every game. So Leeds United, yeah, as soon as I said that in the dressing room, the second half was different. We went ahead and make it 2-1, and then, as you would see, Josh Da Silva, after knocking out Brentford in the last episode, his former team in the EFL Cup, goes ahead and gets the equaliser in this one, and it would end Leeds United 2, Coventry City 2. Far from a convincing performance, but on the same time, on the other hand, we still managed to get a point. So there are some negatives to that game. There were some positives. The positives, we got a point. The negatives, we should have never gone 2 down anyway. But again, defending in this game, it's one of the hardest things to do, whether you're playing Ultimate Team or Career Mode. So if you are good at defending, if you want to drop some tips down in the comment section below of this video and just let me know how I can get better at defending, I'd appreciate that a lot. So, going into the second game of today's episode, taking on Norwich City away from home. Another away day against another top team within the Championship. Norwich, obviously, looking to go back to the Premier League, same as we are. But they've not had the best start yet. They currently sit in the lower part of the table, and they didn't get off to a good start either. 5.5 minutes, I wanted a response from that 2-2 draw against Coventry, and I got that. Brendan Aronson, he's going to claim it, but it was a Norwich City own goal that gave us the lead. And then, as you would see, Junior Firpo to Bamford. Bamford will have an opportunity, saved by the Norwich keeper, Angus Gunn. And I've got to say, Norwich were on the ropes. But hat-trick in the last episode, another goal in this one. Leeds United 2, Norwich 0. Joe Rodon goes ahead and makes it 2-0. Joe Rodon really has stepped up in the last couple of episodes, hasn't he? Hat-trick in the last one, another goal here. That's 4 goals for him now this campaign within the last 3 games. So, yeah, he's doing really well for himself. And he's keeping clean sheets here and there as well. So, really good form for Joe Rodon. But just before the break, as you would see, we were 2-0 up. We went 3-0 up, if I can get my words out. We went 3-0 up through Dan James. And again, Dan James, another player that's been really impressive. Obviously, was formerly of Man United, now at Leeds United. We know the rivalry there, don't we? Hopefully, we'll be seeing Man United next season. But Leeds United, 3-0 up. And, well, we slightly took our foot off the gas a little bit. And that meant Norwich City started having some chances. And, oh my God, Norwich City, no wonder they're in the lower part of the Championship table. It's because they're missing open chances like that. A golden opportunity for a consolation goal, but they couldn't take it. And it ended 3-0 to Leeds United at full time. Patrick Bamford having a couple of opportunities. Obviously, Junior Firpo came in for this game. and goals from Joe Rodon, Dan James, and obviously the Norwich City own goal as well. So going into the press conference then, the post-match interview, I was thinking solid work from the guys. Yep, that's 2 games in today's episode, 4 points taken from a possible 6. Obviously shouldn't have drawn to Coventry, but we did drop points there. And again, I'll call it out when I need to call it out. I'll give props to EA where credit is due, and I won't like EA when I won't like EA. But EA this year have got career mode spot on this year. You're not going to win every game. The AI are so different in every team. Some teams have better attacking AI, some teams have better defensive AI. You've got to break them down, and I think EA have done really good with career mode this year. The menus as well are smooth, and the menus, they just look better in the way they've been set out as well. But going into the 3rd game of today's episode, taking on Sunderland. Yet Job Bellingham's Sunderland. Obviously it's not his Sunderland, he doesn't manage them, but he plays in the midfield. Sunderland again, one of those teams that should be looking for the playoff spaces come the end of the season. Taking them on away from home at the Stadium of Light, and I was thinking, again, another 3 points needed. If we're going to prove ourselves as a top championship team, and we want to set a statement for the teams in the Premier League when we come up, we've got to be getting big wins away from home. And we did. Patson Daka goes ahead and makes it 1-0 in the early stages of this game. And then, as you would see, Leeds United kept building, kept passing. Ball through to Patson Daka. Brendan Harrison to Ramazani. And this connection on the right hand side, Ramazani to Patson Daka, was absolutely beautiful in this game. Ramazani always found Patson Daka, and that meant Patson Daka only had one thing to do, and that was finish the chances off. Patson Daka with a brace in the first half. Could he secure his hat-trick? Well, after a lovely ball from Rothwell, obviously the man from on loan from Bournemouth, goes ahead, slides it past the keeper into the bottom corner, and that completes Patson Daka's hat-trick in this one. So another 3 goals, looking for the clean sheet still. Sunderland were building a bit of momentum towards the latter stages of the game though, as they were passing it around nicely, and I've got to say with this one, it was never going in, but it was something to trouble Melier. Obviously Melier's not really had a lot to do in this game. He could have had a chair and sat in the goal line for all I care, with an alcoholic beverage, but there you go. Melier called into action in the 88th minute, goes ahead and concedes off the rebound, and again you can't really do a lot with rebound goals. The one thing I would say to EA is, like, the rebound goals, I do concede too many of them at times, and I think that's something they could turn down a little bit, or make the goalkeepers able to actually catch the ball might be a better option. But full time then, and it ended 3-1. Couldn't keep the clean sheet, but another 3 points away from home, and the points are building up. Yet top of the championship table, level on points with Blackburn Rovers, and I was thinking, if it's us and Blackburn for the championship title, then bring it on. Anyway, back into the menus then. As you would see, we had an offer from Al Ittihad. Obviously, Al Ittihad in the Saudi League. The Saudi League transfer window doesn't end at the same time as the English and the other transfer window does for the European clubs. So Al Ittihad came in for Junior Firpo, and again, we're not looking to set him, we're not looking to move anyone on now this season. If there are outgoings, it's going to be because a player's not happy, and well, as you would see, the offer was rejected, and we went into the penultimate game of today's episode, taking on the Blade, Sheffield United, back at home at Elland Road. Another 3 points needed. If we're going to secure the title this season, we need to be getting big points like this one here against the top teams. Against Sheffield United, one of those teams going to be looking for promotion to the Premier League. As you would see though, 2.5 minutes in, the golden start. Brendan Harrison goes ahead and makes it 1-0. And I was thinking, I've either got really used to this game now, or the teams I'm playing just aren't very good. And I think I'm going to go with the first one. I think I've got used to the game now. So I'll probably give it another episode to see how I get on. See if the sliders are good enough and stuff like that. within the menus, and then I might boost the career mode up to legendary difficulty. Obviously I'm on world class at the minute because I'm getting used to the game, but I might boost it up to legendary just to see how I get on for a couple of episodes. And if we need to move it up again to ultimate, we can. If we need to move it down again, we can, as long as you guys are alright with that. So going into this game then, obviously we went 1-0 up through Brendan Aronson 2.5 minutes in, and then Patson Daka went ahead and doubled our lead through an assist from Wilfred Gnonto. Obviously Gnonto is one of those players that still hasn't scored yet and got off the mark. He's the only one out of the attacking options we've got that hasn't got off the mark yet. So again, the sole purpose was to win the game, but if we got an opportunity for Gnonto, I really want to try and bag him a goal for his confidence. So 3-0 then, 52 minutes in, and it was that man again from a set piece, Joe Rodon. And just a second ago I said I wanted to get Wilfred Gnonto off the mark. Well, from a chipped pass from Patson Daka, Gnonto runs through on the half volley, makes it 4-0, and Wilfred Gnonto off the mark for Leeds United. So happy for this man. Now he's off the mark, his confidence is going to fly. Watch this space with Gnonto. But full time 4-0, an impressive win at Ellen Road. And again, I would say back to winning ways, but we were on winning ways anyway. And again, this episode, it was all about big games, big points, either away from home or at home. So going into the next episode then, obviously we've got some big fixtures coming up. We've got the EFL Cup game against Southampton, the rematch of the playoff final, and we've got some other massive games in the Championship as we look to climb to the Premier League within our first season here with Leeds United at Ellen Road. But guys, that will end today's episode of Career Mode. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please go down, like and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 200 subscribers, and I appreciate all your support if you could help me get there by the end of this month. But guys, thank you, take care, and I'll see you guys very soon for the next one. Thank you all. Bye for now.